We're now joined by number 10 ranked UFC lightweight Diego Ferreira, and we'll take our first set of questions from Gabriel Gonzalez with Inside Press.
Hello, how are you?
They're good, they're good.
So it's good to see you back. I know that it was a little tough to get you back in the cage after January last year. Just what are the emotions? How does it feel to finally be back a few days from a fight?
That's a good question. I feel awesome, it's a blast to be here, my emotion right now, it's going to the roof, like I feel super happy, because after last year, a lot of things happening on pandemic, a lot of personal problems I have through my life too. And now just to be here on this car, on this event, it feels great, feel like it's incredible.
How do you feel you have changed, and how do you feel Beneil has changed since the last fight?
Like for the last fight, I see 6 years ago, we improve a lot in our the way we fight, like especially our stand up, our grappling, and all the aspect. We did a lot of work, and now I think we're gonna put so different fight, because the last time it was a short notice fight. He didn't know who I was. 2 weeks before the fight, and now we train for each other. We know the game from each other, and the improvement was so much into both our games. And now I think it's gonna be totally different fight, and it's gonna be a real fight this time.
I mean, Diego, there's so much going on at lightweight, and with a victory, a lot of people would say you're ready to kind of break into that conversation. I mean, with everything going on, what do you want next if you win?
For right now, I just want to be focused. I want to focus first in Beneil Dariush, because he's a danger fighter. But I already have a couple of names, on my mind. I want to, get this win. First, focus on Saudi, and after Saudi, after the UFC give me the microphone, I gotta let go, and I wanna see all there on Saudi first. I wanna focus 110% on Saudi, February 6th.
Okay, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Take our next set of questions from Damon Martin with MMA Fighting.
Hey, Diego, can you kind of put into words for me the mindset and the physical changes you've undergone since those two losses you experienced to Beneil and Dustin Poirier in back-to-back fights? You haven't lost since then. You've gone on this incredible run. What do you feel like has been the biggest difference between those two fights and who you become today?
The biggest difference, what I used to be, what I am now, I was just a totally just a jiu-jitsu fighter. You can see in my last fights. Yeah, I used to have the heart to go in there and throw punches, but I didn't know how or exactly the timing to throw punches. Now I work on those points, like especially my boxing, my wrestling. Is my last two losses, bring a lot to me to be more MMA fighter. I used to be just a jiu-jitsu fighter. Now I'm a mixed martial art fighter, because now I work on my wrestling and my boxing, and my jiu-jitsu still, and still in work. But now I'm a really MMA fighter now. I'm really mixed martial art fighter, because I was on the beginning when my first loss to Beneil by decision, second loss to Poirier, by TKO. It was really, took a lot out of me, and I started. I used to take care of my own camp before, like you cannot do that. It's really hard for athlete. If you want to get to the level I want to be, you have to be training to somebody. You have to be answer. You have to follow the rules to be on the top, and that's what I changed complete on that. Like now I work with Coach Safe, you know, for the last 4 fights, you know, 6 fights, sorry, 6 fights, and it just made me a better fighter, you know, like especially my wrestling coach, my Muay Thai coach, my boxing coach. I put the work, I put the 110% on that, and now it's gonna be the different on that.
Absolutely. You got the big win over Anthony Pettis, which was such a statement for you to beat a former champion. You break into that top 10. And I know at that point you wanted, you know, higher ranked opponents. Now I know based on the current rankings, Beneil is behind you, but is there a certain satisfaction getting this fight just because it is a chance to avenge a past loss?
For sure, you know, like I'm treated like a normal, like another fight, you know, like it's a, you know, a year I've been waiting for this moment, you know, to step in on the octagon again, and now having a rematch with somebody where it beat me, you know, it just I take it like a just another fight, but it's push you to another level, you know, it make you more smart, you know, make you work on exactly what you need to work. Yeah, he's under me, yeah, but I don't take him. He's really been on a rank. He's a high level fighter, you know, and I think this is the is a different step for me. You know, it's a good step to make sure I deserve to be on the top 10, and that's what I'm looking right now. I'm looking like to get through this fight and reach it for the top 5.
Absolutely. And I know you said you're not looking past Beneil. You have a couple ideas in mind to who you want next, but I know that there, you know, has been a little bit of frustration from some of the guys ranked where you're at, you know, that we have these top 4 or 5 guys that are all kind of fighting each other, and it kind of takes away the ability of a guy like yourself to kind of crack into that top 5. Is there any frustration with that? Would you like to see the matchmakers maybe mix things up a little bit, maybe after this fight, to give you a Justin Gaethje or one of those guys, so we don't, you know, so you actually have the opportunity to get in that top 5? Because it just feels like a lot of times those opportunities just aren't there.